Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Beardo Cleaver. Fucking just got back from a Pallbearer show. Oh my god, Pallbearer. I've seen these guys once before already. About 4 years ago at a venue here in the city called the Zoo. It doesn't exist anymore. Don't bother looking for it. You can't find it. I think it's a dance hall now, or a senior citizen bingo hall, or a water slide park or something. But fucking Pallbearer. Oh my god, it feels like their music sounds like what would be playing as you're experiencing the most beautiful death in the most positive way. It's like these warm, glowing, warming glow sets of arms holding you as they lower you into the ground after you've lived your life of 150 years and accomplished everything you wanted to do. That's the overall feeling that I got from Pallbearer, and I loved it. There were two other bands on the bill. It was the first band was a band called Basque, four-piece band. It was, my memory's a little hazy. It was drums, bass, guitar, and I think one guitar player played keyboard parts at one time too. I could be mistaken, but I think that's how it was. They played a good set. I liked them. I liked their sound. It was kind of, I know atmospheric is like a blanket term that covers so much, but I really felt that they had a really strong atmosphere of just like a positive atmosphere, of course, of just trippiness and like thinking of the universe and the planets and everything in it. There was one instance, I think it was the interlude, the break between the second and third song, where the band was like holding a chord, just just letting it ring out, and the guitarist on stage, right, he was using either a slide, like a guitar slide, or an ebow, and manipulating the pitch from like the root of the chord down to the minor seventh of it, so like one step lower, like bow, bow. If that's the root of the chord, bow, meow. That sounded really, that caught my ear, and I like that part. And from Basque, I bought their first CD. It's called something. American Hollow, I think it's called. It's kind of hard to read it. It's right there on the bottom right of the cover. It's the first CD. And here's a picture that I took of Basque. And the second band was a band called Kdot. And I had a harder time getting into this band. They were a three-piece band. It was a guitar player, drummer, and then the third number was like, he was kind of switching off between three instruments. He was playing guitar, bass, and keyboards and synths. And their music was more like, where Basque was more kind of, I guess, sludgy doom, with like just a hint of dissonance, but it always came back to my ears and resolved beautifully. Kdot was more dissonant and just all over the place stylistically. And they they came on stage, the three of them, wearing sunglasses, and I thought that was a little bit pretentious. But then, like one or two songs into their set, the drummer, his glasses just like fell off naturally, and then towards the end of the set, the other two guys, their sunglasses fell off naturally too, or they just took them off. So if that was like intentional to signify like the opening of the eyes and the opening of the senses or what have you, or if it was just like a coincidence, who knows? Who knows? We could ask them. Here's a picture of Kdot. Now the headlining band. Oh my fucking god, Pallbearer. Like I said, their music is very slow and heavy and melodic. Like, I was amazed how accurately the singer, I think his name is, I want to say Brett, but I think Brett is the guitar player who doesn't sing. I can't for the fucking life of me remember the singer's name. But I was amazed how he was able to stay in pitch and recreate like the melodies from the albums perfectly. It was really something to listen to, because the last time they were here, and I was wondering about this earlier, like a day ago, because I was kind of unsure when they came exactly, but even one of the members of the band of Pallbearer said that they were here 4 years ago. So I'm gonna say it's 4 years ago that they played, like I said, the Zoo, which is no longer there, and they played with Enslaved and Royal Thunder, and I think it was another band. But I thought their vocals back then were a little shaky, but now they've improved drastically, which is a good sign. It's you should improve after 4 years, especially a band of that caliber. And I think Pallbearer definitely is a band of that caliber that can play stadiums and arenas, and I'm sure they have. I was talking with the bass player Joe after the show, and well, yeah. By the way, if you want to check out pictures of Joe and I, you could go to my fucking Instagram, Beardo Cleaver. But anyway, he was talking about how they were playing with Gojira like a week and a half ago on Gojira's off dates with Metallica. And it's just crazy how like the whole family of music and the family of bands is like, it's incredible, because I play in a band and we've put about a dozen shows on, mostly with different bands too. We played with like 2 or 3 bands that are like repeating bands. But point being, every band has played with every other band just by like degrees of separation. Like, my band's played with Metallica. There just happened to be like 5 bands between that. And it's crazy how music brings everyone together, because we all like sway to it. This is the first time at a concert since I think I saw Mastodon back in 2009 that I kind of had like an out-of-body experience at the show, because it really felt like I was like in waves that were like gently moving me back and forth, even though like no one was like shoving or pushing into me or just like causing my body to shift because of their body shifting. It was just like a natural like sway, and I love that. One thing that I didn't like about the Pallbearer set, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I think one guitar effect on the singer, his guitar, it sounded like it was clipping or just like extra distorted. I really noticed that at the beginning of their set. Excuse me, but as their set went on, I kind of got used to it. That's really the only complaint I have about it, but like, who fucking cares? That's part of the that's part of the appeal and part of the draw and the reward of going to a live show. Just like, I think it was their second or third song, I remember specifically they went into like this really cool jam where they're just, each instrument was playing something different, but it happens all the time. I'm just pointing out one specific instance. It just sounded so good. And then fucking they played, oh my god, I can't even think straight. Lots of chugs. I love the chugs. Some of the heaviest sounds I've heard. And like I said, I almost had I think I had a like a out of body experience maybe, where I was just, maybe I was like contemplating different things, like how the concept of us humans living on Earth is just so bizarre in its own right. Like, objectively thinking, like how we're all fighting for the same thing, just love and acceptance and understanding of how the universe works and how our minds work and what we can do to help each other and why are we hurting each other when we should be helping each other, stuff like that. And also how elements like, how fucking cool is it that like fire and electricity just exist? That's amazing. And like, because of electricity, we can play the guitar, we can sing into a microphone, we can play drums and amplify it and drink Slurpees and talk about things and experience things and make new friends because of that. It's just incredible. So yeah, that's my Pallbearer live review from the Goodwill Social Club here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, August 23rd, 2017. I took a little bit of a video of a song that they said they rarely play live or they haven't played live recently. I believe it's called The Legend by Pallbearer. Thanks for watching. Nema.